Nancy Pelosi says she's not talking about crumbs anymore, but she is saying that this thing was and is bad for the American people. Do you agree?
Well, so far, it appears that the major corporations are using significant portions of it for buyback and for, investments into the company and so forth. And then in third or fourth place comes the individuals who are getting somewhat of a tax cut, and any amount of money more than what you have is good. I think that the problem we have now is that the polling is not good for the tax cut.
It's stronger than it was, but it's hit sort of like a crescendo, about half support.
Yes.
So you think that's an issue that Democrats can campaign on. Now, the reason why I mention it, Congress, is that a lot of your colleagues, two in particular, from Nancy Pelosi and a couple of other Democratic senators who've made the point it could be more. In other words, they could be more. But tell that to someone who's getting $1,000 from his company or seeing a little bit more in their paycheck. Do you risk alienating voters who are told that this is crumbs?
That is the dilemma.
Yeah.
Because, and that's why I said a few seconds ago, that
Cory Booker was the name that came to mind.
Yeah,
New Jersey.
When someone's, when you downplay somebody's increase, which is significant to them, they're not going to be quite happy. Here's the other thing. There's a lot of talk about what's going to happen in January. I think a lot of it is contrived distraction. If you're going to have rabbit stew, you need to first catch the rabbit. And I think, we're talking too much about the stew. And we got an election to win, and I think that's where the energy ought to be. Now, I understand that our side wants to have something that we can use to demonstrate our greater fitness for leading the government than the other side.
Well, they're using Nancy Pelosi as sort of Republicans are as a target.
Yes.
Do you think if you got the majority in the House that she should be your leader? Would you vote for her as your leader?
Well, I just wrote a piece where I talked to Democrats about avoiding that, stay away from that whole issue, because we got to catch the rabbit.
But I read into that